It's Friday. We made it to another end of a glorious week. And we're almost out of January. Think of this, guys. We're almost out of January into February. And it's prime time for what? Super Bowl. Super Bowl time. You know, it's prime time. Mardi Gras is going on. We got, obviously Valentine's Day. Those of you fucking lovers and you want to well people. Then it's Freaky Deaky fucking Friday. It's where everybody's happy. Everybody get ready to enjoy the weekend. Get ready to tie loose up ends and stuff of that nature. Hey man, you gotta enjoy life. I understand fucking COVID, every other fucking goddamn thing that's tried to kill us from the beginning of time. Long, long ago, there was lots of things that tried to kill us, but you know what? We can't let it kill our spirits. We can't let it just destroy us as people. We have to find happiness. You have to find happiness no matter what. No matter if it's all doom and gloom and shit's outside, bombs are dropping, fucking people are dying, whatever. I mean, you gotta make happiness. I mean, what else are we living on the earth for? I mean, we're sure not living on the earth to be miserable and lazy and discontent and just whatever. I mean, I don't know. Maybe people are. I don't know. And it's your choice. But I hope everybody would like to enjoy the weekend. Got the Miami Heat here. We got the Miami Heat hat on here. What I'm saying we could wear different shit. I'm a Bulls fan. I could wear the hats. What I mean. Got the Miami Vice with the pink here. The pink and the blue here. It goes together pretty well. Don't got any pink or blue under here, obviously. But yes, we're gonna get into this fucking sports slate here. Obviously, college basketball has started. So let's get you caught up with the scores here. Well, we had Colgate. Colgate has already played today, so we'll go into that game. But right now we have 4:50 to go in the first half. Lehigh is up 27-21 on Holy Cross. That is, obviously a Patriot League. You got a Philadelphia school and a Holy Cross, so obviously Christian Catholic, whatever. So it's a 30-21 now with 4:14 to go here. We got 3:41 in the first half between Harvard is up by 3, 37-34 against Pennsylvania University. And the other game that's on right now with 2:57 left in the first half, 37 to 18 here. Stony Brook is beating New Hampshire here. And why I'm so happy about that is cuz I picked Stony Brook on the money line today. So I went with Stony Brook. They're almost damn near up by 20 points right now. So a good start and a good start to start off my bet. Let's say that here. All right, then we have Canis and Mammoth at 3 o'clock. That game will be tipping off 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Obviously, well, it'll be 3 o'clock our time, 6 o'clock Eastern Coast time here. I'm getting all mixed up here. Wyoming and Air Force. You got a battle of the Mountain West teams here. You got Akron and Toledo, Battle of the MAC. We have Fairfield and Ryder, also Metro Atlantic conference game, along with Manhattan and St. Peter's. Let's hope for the best for St. Peter's today. Ride high at home against Manhattan, the Peacocks, St. Peter's. We got Niagara taking on Siena, which is another Metro Atlantic Atlantic Athletic Conference. We have the MAC Conference here. We got Ohio Bobcats taking on the Buffalo Bulls. We got Indiana, Purdue, Fort Wayne taking on Northern Kentucky. We have Rhode Island and Dayton. We have Meredith and Quinnipiac. We have Cleveland State and Wright State, San Jose State and New Mexico. We got UNLV and Colorado State. And last game of the night, Boise State taking on Fresno State. In the 559 in Fresno, baby. Let's go. All right, let's give you a little update here with 3:30 to go in the first half. Lehigh leads 30-23 against Holy Cross. With 3:18 to go in the first half, Pennsylvania is down by 1, 36-37. And with a minute 32 left, Stony Brook is up 38-20, so they're up by 18 here with a minute 20. So most of these games are about to go to halftime here. So let's go into the NBA here, shall we? All right, we have the Detroit Pistons, Detroit basketball going down to Orlando tonight. Should be a young, fantastic game to say the least between both of these teams here, looking to build upon win streaks, try to build some momentum, try to build upon the franchise. They both have young players and trying to develop the young players, and hopefully that those young players and they can bring some other players in that make the uh, create a good environment, and maybe these teams might see the playoffs sooner than later. We have the Boston Celtics and the Atlanta Hawks. We have the Los Angeles Lakers, ladies and gentlemen, they're kind of like tonight. They got about 5 or 6 guys on the questionable mark here, taking on the Charlotte Hornets. We'll see what LaMelo Ball can do here after his triple double, and see if the Hornets can keep up their winning ways against a injury laden Lakers team here. We have the Denver Nuggets taking on the New Orleans Pelicans. We have the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. We have the Los Angeles Clippers taking on the Miami Heat. We have the Portland Trailblazers taking on the Houston Rockets. We have the Utah Jazz taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. We have the Chicago Bulls taking on the San Antonio Spurs. And we have the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Phoenix Suns. And last but not least, the New York Knicks and the Milwaukee Bucks. And let's see what we got as far as hockey tonight here. All right, we got a full slate of hockey, I'm assuming we do. No, we don't actually have a full slate of hockey. We actually only have we have 5 games in hockey tonight. We have the Detroit Red Wings taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Minnesota Wild taking on the New York Rangers, the Colorado Avalanche and the Chicago Blackhawks, the Boston Bruins and the Arizona Coyotes, and the last game, the Washington Capitals and the Dallas Stars. With that being said, here we're gonna go into the our bets. Obviously, going to college right now to tell you the shirt hand bets here. All right, so today's bets for me, I have Stony Brook on the money line, and they're winning 40-24 at halftime. Pennsylvania is leading now 41-37 with 56 seconds left in the first half. Lehigh is leading 30-27 against Holy Cross with 2 minutes and 22 seconds left. But I did pick Stony Brook on the money line. I put Marist on the money line tonight. I have Indiana, Purdue, Fort Wayne on the money line, and I have Cleveland State on the money line. And then I have 3 college overs. I have the over 119 points in the Boise State and Fresno State game. I have the over 124 total points in Rhode Island and Dayton, and the over 126 points in the Wyoming and Air Force game here. So we'll see today. We'll see tonight. See if so far so good with Stony Brook. They're up by 16 here. They're up by 16 points. So hopefully second half could be just as good here. Hope we don't have no letdowns. So that. And then let's go to the NBA here. The NBA, 2 games I did not pick was the Lakers and Hornets and the Jazz game. For some reason, when I was doing my picks, they took them off the board. So I have the under 217.5 in the Celtics and Hawks. I have the under 218. I have the under 218 points in the Denver Nuggets and Pelicans. I have the Thunder +1 on the point spread. I have the under 210.5 in the Clippers and the Heat. I have the under 234.5 in the Blazers and Rockets. I have Bulls money line. I have the Timberwolves plus 8.5 on the spread. I have the Pistons money line, and I have the under 216.5 in the Knicks and Bucks. Now, I just today I just kind of picked, I was like, hey, I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna pick, and then no rhyme or reason. Just picking what I felt like I thought was where I felt most comfortable taking here. So whether it happens or not is beyond me. So we'll definitely be able to. We'll be seeing these games start in about less than 2 hours. We'll start to see the first couple games at 7 Eastern. That's about five. It's about 5:45 Eastern. You know, 2:46 West Coast time. So yeah, and then we also got a player prop tonight here. Our player prop tonight here we have Jason Tatum to score 29 points. We have Chris Paul to score 19 points. We have Jaren Jackson Jr. to grab 9 rebounds, and LaMelo Ball to score 27 points tonight. And if all 4 players cover their prop, we will cash in at $53.01. So best of luck to us here. I mean, then we got the NFL here. Let's see if any numbers have changed so far here. All right. All right. So now we got a 7.5 now. It's 7.5 for the point spread for the Chiefs now. 7.5. I wonder what made it go slide up a half a point. And the Bengals is plus 275 on the money line. We still have an over under of 54.5. And then we got the 49ers. That number has stayed at 3.5 the whole week pretty much here. Niners plus 150 plus 150 on the money line. The over under is now at 45.5. So the over under has really dropped between in the Niners and Rams, but the Bengals game, it went down to 54, then went back up to 54.5, and then it was at 7, but now it's gone up to 7.5 here in the Chiefs and Bengals here. And the the Niners, 49ers and the Rams, that game is steadily stayed at 3.5. I mean, I guess that's, good number. I guess a lot of people, yeah. I mean, right now, I mean, I'm kind of just, I'm kind of trying to see if there's any injuries, anybody, I mean, I mean, are we going to see a Chiefs and 49ers rematch of the Super Bowl? Are we going to see a Rams Bengals, two new teams? We're going to see Niners Bengals, an old an old time thing. How about we have the Los Angeles Rams and the Kansas City Chiefs? One time there were the St. Louis Rams and the Kansas City. Can you imagine if that was happening? That would have been a big thing for the city of Missouri, the state of Missouri. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it hasn't really moved too much as far as anything's gone. So yeah, so we, just kind of a light slate here as far as, NHL. They can start off early. And see, college basketball is a light slate tonight. NBA, you got a pretty much 11 game slate here tonight. So, I mean, hopefully you're out there, making the right bets, make the right predictions here. I know some of these have been kind of short and sweet to the point because I've had other ones where I've just been sitting there and just kind of just kind of sitting here blankly staring, and people just be like, oh. And I just right now I want to keep it short and simple to the point where the teams I picked and who I like. So we'll do that right now here. We'll go down here, and like I said, I'll give you my best pick of who I like here tonight. And whether I betted it or not, that's beyond the point. All right, we'll start with this Pistons game here. This Pistons Orlando. I think it's a really good game. I definitely think both teams could really play well tonight. But sometimes these teams could also end up like the Sacramento Kings, where they shit the bed. Shit the bed totally about basically the whole game with the Celtics, and then played a hell of a half against the Hawks, and then shit the bed the second half. But needless to say, here, I mean, you got 3.5 here. I if for me, I lean the over 216 here. I don't know. I think that basically these teams can put some points up today here. I would definitely take the over. Uh, Boston, Boston and Atlanta. You got minus 1.5 now. So that's and so I kind of like that. I mean I like the and so you're getting the Celtics have to lose by by a point or less. And if you're getting the Hawks, they have to win by at least they got to win by two. So if I was I would lean Hawks minus the one here, and I wouldn't be afraid to even take the Celtics plus the one. All right. Now we got the Lakers and the Hornets. We got 8 points here. We got 8 points and 217 here now. You got 217 now here. It's gone down a little bit, but now it's kind of going back up a little bit here. I had the over under the Celtics and the Hawks under 217.5. So Lakers and Hornets here. I mean, depending on who plays. I mean, if LeBron and them play, I mean, what capacity here? Russell Westbrook's kind of banged up too, so we don't know exactly who we're gonna have out there for the Lakers. So I mean, I know the Hornets have been playing pretty well as of late, and they're coming home. So I mean, for me, what I would take in this matchup here, I would definitely take the under 227.5. Definitely would take that under in there. I don't know if it's a trap game. I don't like the Hornets minus the 8. I mean, I'd rather keep it the under here. And then we have Nuggets and Pelicans, 4 points. Nuggets have been one of those teams that they play well, but then they don't play well, and then it's just um. In New Orleans, Pelicans, as long as Devontae Graham is playing tonight, and they have Brandon Ingram, I think they'll be okay. Zion hasn't come back yet, which is pretty disappointing to say the least here for the Pelicans. So I mean, I don't know if they're going to move on from him or not. But Pelicans are one of those teams that are feisty, and they'll compete, even though maybe they don't have the players that most people don't know of or anything. They still will go out there and fight. So if it was me taking it, I would take the under 220.5. Then we have the Pacers and the Thunder. Minus one for the Pacers. They're favored on the road, minus one. I mean, hopefully Sabonis will come back and play maybe a revenge game. He hasn't played in a while. He's had a back and some issues. I mean, I took the Thunder plus the one. I mean, I wouldn't be scared to take the Thunder money line here. I mean, Pacers are one of those teams that you just don't know, and they're going to come out and show up. I mean, Sabonis is going to be there, these other guys. So I definitely lean, definitely Oklahoma City Thunder, either on the spread line or definitely the money line there. And they definitely want you to take the over 220 in this. I definitely would stay. I would stick with the under on that one. Clippers and Heat, got the Heat minus 7. So minus the 7 here. Um, if it's me, Clippers have been kind of on a roll, but I like the Heat at home. And like I said, I took the under 210.5, and I just I would, I definitely would hold the under, or I wouldn't be mad about the over. The 7, I don't know. I mean, I would be too. I think this game could be a little more closer than expected. I mean, depending on if Tyler Hero's banged up, or they got Bam Bio back, and then they play pretty well. Jimmy Buckets is playing pretty well, and the Clippers don't have no Paul George or Kawhi Leonard at this point. You just got Markieff Morris and Zubac and Terrence Mann, and so that's why I definitely lean under there. And then you got the Trailblazers and you have the Rockets. For me, I stick to the under 234.5. I mean, uh, Trailblazers, they've been a team that they'll compete, and they don't have Dame right now, but they're and the Rockets just I don't know, they either play well at home or they just really 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 bad. And so I can't trust either one of these two teams. That's why I take the under. We have the Jazz and the Grizzlies. We get the Memphis Grizzlies minus 4.5. Jazz and over under of 226. Um, for me, I would take the Grizzlies tonight minus the 4.5. Definitely like that. I think the Grizzlies can get the job done, especially when Donovan Mitchell's not playing and Rudy Gobert. Desmond Bain is back now for Memphis. I think that helps Ja Moran out a lot. And then we have the Bulls and the Spurs. I'm obviously on the Bulls right here. I would take the Bulls. Money line revenge for DeMar DeRozan hopefully here tonight. Hoping for some revenge here. But they definitely want you to take the over 233. I would definitely stick on the under on that one here. Because I mean, for me, I've took the money line here on the Bulls, and I think they can. But I also think they can. Then we have the Timberwolves and the Suns minus 7.5. Both teams are pretty up and down the pace, and they want to. Hopefully, DeAndre Eaton will be in this game here and be able to play a little bit here. I don't know. They got JaVale McGee, and he's played pretty well here. And they had Cat in there. Oh, I don't. I am for me. For me, the Timberwolves and the Suns here. I took the 8.5. So this it started at 8.5. Now it's gone down to. So I think it's going to be a lot closer game than most people expect. So I would either definitely lean the. I would either take the over 230 or definitely take the plus 7.5 on the T-Wolves tonight. I don't know. The Suns are a good team, but I think the T-Wolves can still be able to keep up. And then we have the Knicks and we have the Bucks here. Bucks to -9 here. I don't really like that here. And I can't really take the Knicks on the money line here, so that's why I took the under 216.5. But it could go over, but I don't know. I definitely see this being one of those games that could get out of hand if the Knicks don't play well, or so. That's what I lean towards as far as the NBA goes here. Let's go college basketball now here. All right. Well, obviously I can't pick Lehigh or Holy Cross. Lehigh is at halftime winning 34-29. Then we have Pennsylvania leading at halftime 45-38. And then with 19-14 just barely out of the second half here, we have Stony Brook winning 41-26. Canis and Mammoth. I mean, I over here. I try to take Canis. I think as far I lean Canis on the money line. I don't know why. I like Mammoth as a good school, but I'm trying to take a big upset tonight, and it's probably the biggest one on the slate. So I mean, minus 11.5. That's kind of, these two teams. I mean, Mammoth's probably the better of the two teams, but I think Canis can keep it close, and that's why I would take it the money line there. Wyoming and Air Force. I like the over. I like the over 126 here. I mean, can Wyoming win by 7.5? And could the Air Force cover? I mean, sure, but that's here and now. And that game's about to start right now, along with the Canis and Mammoth. Those two games are about to start right now. So we got Akron and Toledo here. I mean, I over here. I mean, Toledo is a hell of a team at home, but I'm gonna take Akron here. I'm gonna take Akron here for the money line here. We got Fairfield and Ryder. I'm gonna take Ryder at home plus the 2.5 here. I wouldn't be scared to take Ryder on the money line either. Ooh, St. Peter's minus 5.5. Ooh, yeah. I mean, I took St. Peter's on the money line. I know it's minus 250, and I know it's not really a smart bet, but I paired it with some other bets, so I definitely think St. Peter can. Then we have Niagara and Siena. I like Siena. I like Siena at home, but I think Niagara they're a tough team, so it's gonna be one of those tough matchups here. And they got another over 127.5. So Ohio and Buffalo. I kind of want to lean Buffalo here, but I think Ohio's definitely a team you have to watch out for, especially in basketball. They're rigorous. Indiana, Purdue, Fort Wayne. I mean, I took them. I think they're a pretty decent team here. Northern Kentucky's. It's not to take away from Northern Kentucky, but I think Purdue, Fort Wayne, they played some better teams, and I think they have what it takes to go on the road and pull the upset. We got Rhode Island and Dayton here. I mean, 6.5 here. I think Dayton plays pretty tough. Kind of, I definitely, I myself I took the over. I took the over in this over in the over 120 over 124 points. Now they've gone up to 125, so it's gone up a point. Hence why I say under 120, which I like. I think both these teams can, but it could go over, and that's why I put the over 224. Yeah, Meredith and Quinnipiac. That's basically a pick 'em right now. Either one of those teams is pretty good here, but I usually stick with Meredith. Then we have Cleveland State and Wright State here, Battle of Ohio. I like Cleveland State. I think they're a pretty good basketball club here, and hopefully tonight they can get the outright win. On the road, we have San Jose State on the road against New Mexico. New Mexico should take care of business at home, but I don't know. I think San Jose State can keep it a closer game here. They only lost by 10 at home. So then we have UNLV and Colorado State. Colorado State's obviously the better of the two teams here, but and then we have I would lean the under in the UNLV Colorado State under 142. And the Boise State and Fresno State, that's a 2-point game. Yeah, I like both teams here. I think Boise State's a pretty good, hell of a basketball team. Fresno State is too. It's going to be a hell of a game tonight. That's why I like the over 119. So that's all right. Let's get another update here. We got Lehigh with 18:38 to go. Lehigh leads 36-32 to Holy Cross with 19:34 to go in the second half. Harvard is down by 7, 45-38. With 15:27 to go, Stony Brook leads New Hampshire 50-36. And just basically under about 3 minutes to have gone by in the first half here, 17 minutes and 55 seconds left between Canis and Mammoth. It is 2-2. And Wyoming and Air Force just basically barely started here. And now Harvard's trying to come back here on Pennsylvania here, down by 5 now here. And NHL, let's see here, NHL. We got the Red Wings and the Penguins here. I would take under 6 goals tonight here in the Penguins and the Red Wings. We have the Wild and the Rangers. I would take the Rangers here. Rangers on the money line. Avalanche and the Blackhawks here. I For me, I'm gonna take the Avalanche here to win by the spread. And then we have the Boston Bruins and the Arizona Coyotes here. I like the Arizona Coyotes. I'll take them on the money line here tonight. And then last but not least, the Capitals and the Dallas Stars. For me, I'll take this. I'll take the Stars tonight. Like the Stars. So those are my little bets here. So let's give one last little odds check here on our college basketball before we sign off. We have 16:58 to go. Lehigh leads 40-34 against Holy Cross. We have 18:08 to go in the second half. Pennsylvania leads 49-40 with a little less than 15 minutes to go. Stony Brook leads 50-36 with 16:53 to go in the first half. Canis leads 6-4 against Monmouth, and then with 18, a little less than 18 minutes to go here. Air Force leads Wyoming 5-3. So there we go here, ladies and gentlemen. That is just some of the early games. Hopefully we'll cash tonight here. Hopefully we'll cash and make some money tonight. Hopefully your bets will be wonderful if you're betting. If not, just root for the teams here. If not, just enjoy your weekend. Enjoy a Friday night. Tell somebody you appreciate them, you love them, that they're a good person, and hey man, hey, let's give out more good vibes. Let's start generating more things, and let's stop feeding into these things and stop, playing the games with these people and these entities and all this other shit. Because that's the problem that we're getting into. And I don't care if people want to come in here and shake down and talk, because nobody wants to. Because everyone wants to be stuck in your view, and that's okay. But what doesn't mean that your ignorancy is bliss. So that being said, take care of yourselves. We'll be back tomorrow, maybe even late night tonight, to talk about some of the early games tomorrow. So peace, love, and harmony, baby. Peace, love, and harmony. Let's get it.